Middle of the month already, my good man. But as always, welcome to the Freedom Cage podcast, where we like it to a free state of mind each and every period of all Disney's, of course. And to my right, I got my main guy, my ace. My left, my right is we, Shawn, better known as the Senior on all your socials.
You know.
And me, I'm Kenny, man. I'm also known as King Cat on those socials. But today,
yeah, it's getting down to the wire, brother. Was it 3 more weeks left of August? It's go time, man. I know some kids already went back to school. Shout out to Christina and Brian out in Florida. You know what I'm saying? My man Prince Ashton is back at it, getting them books in. It's here, man. It went fast.
A little too fast, man. Not ready, man. But it is gone. It is gone a little too quick. I ain't gonna hold you.
Let's start out with some happy birthdays, man. I think first, happy belated birthday to Cousin Star, man. Definitely always is and was the life of the party. You know what I mean? Unique soul, energetic. It was always this connection between Star and just reminding me of Mary J. Blige. She just had that like real free spirit down, but don't mess with her, pretty much.
Yeah, Star got that aura. She's always had that aura. You know what I'm saying? She's just infamous for it. You know what I'm saying? Might have been one of the first funniest people I ever met. It's like a 4-year-old. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, shouts to her, man. I ain't gonna put her age out there, but she's up there.
Yeah, I remember she used to have us doing all the new dances, and she used to make us, you know, we were like her own personal talent show. Every time the family got together, she was like, "Oh, nah, these kids ain't sitting in a room. Bring them out here. We want to see what they got."
See what the new moves is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Shaking in the middle of the living room for no reason.
Definitely.
Cousin Maddie, bro. Part of the in-laws. He's real family now, technically. So yeah, he's getting old too. I mean, I don't think he got a 4 on his jacket yet. You know what I'm saying? But he's getting up there. You know what I mean? Happy early birthday to him. He's the 14th. After him, it's a busy week. Terrence, he on the 15th. You know what I'm saying? He's getting his 40 jacket this week though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we might have to get some Hall of Fame jackets for the 45, man. Everybody turned 45. Maybe we might hold out to the 50. You know what I mean? But we got, sizing us up. Man, we got to pick a color though, a uniform color for the 50-year-old joint. You got to let us know, man.
No, for sure. I'm down to do it for the 45. Like straight up, man. Yeah, man. Because 50 ain't promised out here. Shit, 45. Might have to do it for 42.
Just say we missed the 40, but these 42s is done. That's a fucking word.
That's a fact. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, shout out to T, man. Going back to the old school days, man, playing basketball in the park for hours. Always been a stand-up dude, man. Shout out to him, shout out to his family. Welcome to the 40 Club, brother. Welcome.
Yeah, life insurance time, watch what you eat time, we here now.
Yeah, man. Long as you do what you got to do, brother, it can be a little uphill. It's gonna be a bit of a struggle. It's an incline, you know what I'm saying? But it can be uphill because I don't know, man. I feel like at this point in life, you kind of got things at least on an even keel, and you're not as stressed at things like when you were probably in like your early 20s, mid 20s. You got a routine.
I agree. Yeah. And as you get older, it is hard to break them routines, boy. And you know what I mean? But hey, good habits mean good things. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a couple bad ones, then you're gonna have to break that cycle at some point. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, habits is tough to break when you get older. Break them young.
Yeah, man. Gotta admit that. And you guys know we always bring the awareness here, man. So August 9th was actually International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples. Great way to make awareness of a lot of the foundational roots of indigenous peoples, the land that they have here in New York, the history, and not just in New York, in a lot of different states. So there's always that push to do your research, get educated, and definitely support any events that actually recognize indigenous peoples. And then August 11th made 10 years since we lost one of the funniest comedians I remember ever seeing, Robin Williams. Fantastic actor, so much range, so much life to him. Very sad. So RIP to Robin Williams.
Mr. Doubtfire. Shots.
Definitely. So you'll probably remember a couple weeks ago, man, we were talking about which Michael Jackson song do we think our kids would like, right? So it just so happened, me and the missus Friday, we're all just in the house hanging out. And we're like, you know what? Let's put on Thriller and then let's put on Bad. Let's see what Squirt, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what Squirt is about. You know what I mean? So, we put on Thriller. And he really looked into it, right? I mean, it's hard. You know what I mean? Like Thriller is, it's theatrical. It's great choreography. It definitely resonates with him. He likes scary movies. But then Bad came on, man. And there's just something about looking cool and looking tough and, being in that subway. And, Mike is Mike. Now, here's the funny part about it, right? Before we could get the answer about which song you like, guess what you think his first question was?
Whose song is this?
Along those lines, he was like, wait a minute. He wasn't that color in Thriller. Like, what happened to him in Bad? Like,
that's worse than the birds and the bees. How'd you do that?
I think we curved it nice enough. We was just like, answer the question. Like, which song did you prefer? And you know him. He's inquisitive. He's like, but I need to know why he was black in this one, but then he was lighter in this one. Like, what's happening here? Is that still like, that's why I say it's in line with what you said, right? Whose song is this?
Who is this?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he does like Bad better than Thriller. Of course, my wife is not happy about that. Boo-hoo. But yeah, man, he likes the song Bad. Bad was the winner.
That was good. Did you just did you see both videos at the same time as well, or you just played the song?
No, both videos.
Okay. You're just going off the visuals. It's tough not to get Thriller though, man. You know what I'm saying?
Know.
Don't get me wrong. Hey, Bad got he got the subway scene, but that Thriller is rough to get past. It's like a 10-minute movie on the low.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Yep. Let me think about this. Shit, he was born. Mike was white already, so yeah, that's a tough story. It's a tough story because to him, he always been this. Like he's like, what do you mean? Like there was a time. Well, yeah, there was a time, son. So you know what I mean? But all right, sure. Gotta get through it. Also, another thing this week. Dealing with the kids, man. Hey, as you know, man, youngest Lennox, man, he's officially registered. I know the missus have been, so I got the email, I just got, replied to her, then this and the stuff, and she's kind of fake pushing it off for like a week or two. You know what I'm saying? And what's funny? Every time, something's pending, I try to go, hey, babe, I'll remind her every like 36 hours. Hey, did you do this shit? Hey, did you do this shit? For some reason with this one, hey, I just let it go, man. I was like, nah. I know she ain't forget. She's gonna get to it when the time's right,
Yeah.
Yesterday came, I walked in the room, she was sitting there looking at the laptop, tears running down. I'm like, yo, hey, what's up? She's like, I replied to that email. I was like, what email? I was totally caught off guard. She's like, Lennox, it's a picture, man. He's going in. I was like, you doing time? I was like, no, go to pre-K. I was like, all right. I was like, whoo. She's like, yeah, they sent over his official supplies list. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, word. I'm like, it's real now. You know what I mean? Now it's like, oh, it's real then. You know what I mean? You're looking at the list, it's like, so I pack crayons, check. So pencils, check. Paper, pillows, blanket. Oh, yeah, it's pre-K. Isn't that something crazy? You know what I mean? But yeah, we had a little moment because, it's the last pre-K list. You know what I'm saying? Everything he do is going to be the last, whatever. But yeah, we was going through it, man. We was going through it a little bit.
All right. Yeah, man, it's tough, man. I remember the first time we put the book bag on Darius, man. And then even with pre-K, just dropping them off, like the look on his face was just like, who are these people? Right. And you just leaving your heart in somebody else's hands, and you walking away, and they looking at you like, oh, so you okay with this? Like this is what you do to me?
What kind of reverse kidnapping is this?
Yo, oh man. Well, listen, I wish y'all the best, man. This is big. This is big. This is the boy. So I don't know. Listen, Jen, if he cries, I need video footage. don't let this moment slip, girl. If there was ever a time you need to send me some photos, some videos, this is it.
He's talking about Lennox, babe, not me. He's talking about Lennox, all right? Don't worry. Keep the camera off me, man. Keep it on young light skin, all right? That got to do with me.
Oh man, that's wonderful.
I got a question for you though. We're getting older. You know what I'm saying? When we were younger, you know, a lot of the songs that might have been a little vulgar or a little provocative, you know, we sung it with very carefree, very cavalier-like. You know what I mean? As you're getting older though, how do you feel singing like a vulgar or raunchy song out loud?
You know what? If it's something that I grew up to me, it's not that bad. But the music they make it now, I'll be like, excuse me? like
does your mother know you have this mouth? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like he just really said, like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't a chicken tender. Like, you can hit it. Like, I'm like, where's the respect for women these days? Like, it's
hot nine not in my car. Like, you know what I mean? I can turn this shit off. It'd be wild. Like, because like I come to realize like some songs, even if I do like it a lot, I know it's a song. You should be able to separate yourself from the music. But you know, if you're really into it, you get to a certain part. I'm able to step outside myself and be like, "Yo, I'm not even about that life, and that's fictional." Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I can't even get myself to that storybook to even open up. You know what I mean? Saying that loud. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'll hum it in my head all day, but the whole out loud, I can't. It's tough now. It was weird.
Okay. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It's part of growing up, man. You know what I mean? Like, you start to have certain things that just ain't the same no more, and it's okay because you got another life or lives that you're looking after, and you want to make sure you're setting a good example. I ain't mad at you.
I got one more question for you. Like, I know you're able to hit the iron horse, so you're able to see a lot more strangers more frequently than I am, right?
Yeah, man.
Do you ever see someone singing something a little too vulgar, and you just kind of analyze their whole perception as far as the song don't match up with you? Like, does that happen often?
Bro, you don't remember when the guy was battling himself in his reflection?
You know what?
Like he was really like. He was really like he was going at his reflection. Like his reflection would have cried if it wasn't him. Like he was saying some weird stuff. And now I'm sitting there in the back of my mind. I'm like, bars. I'm like, I had the Don DeMarco in the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else on the train, they don't know. Like he's spitting heat right now. They just think he having a mental episode. But yo. It was hard though. It was tough. It was some good bars, man. I should have recorded it.
I forgot the 1v1. It's really him. Like 1v9 anyway. 1v9. I apologize.
Yep.
Oh man, good times.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. So at this point, man, we're gonna take you over to our segment, politics as usual. You know what I'm saying? Kamala Harris and Donald Trump were going back and forth for a while about deciding on where they were going to debate, when they were going to debate. And it seems like we, at least for now, have a date and a network. So it looks like September 10th on ABC, they will be debating. I believe the actual place is still up for discussion. Okay. All right. Now,
the ABC won the debate. Okay.
Yeah. So now, of course, Kamala and her people agreed to this. Now, the next step, of course, was Trump saying he would like to debate her 3 times. So this is interesting now. He was going from not wanting any smoke to then trying to control where it was going to be, which I believe was originally going to be like NBC in Pennsylvania, something like that, to now saying, well, nah, bring it on. So supposedly the other 2 networks, NBC and I believe it's Fox News, are making bids for getting those 2nd and 3rd dates in the autumn. And once we get that information, we'll bring it here, man. But Miss Harris is confirmed for the debates.
Trump is funny, man. He really treating this like a smack battle. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I want to make sure one of my stations gets one of the home spots. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing a little rollout with the Aiden Ross and Elon the other night. I'm like, yo, who's featured on the album? I just want to know who's on the album at this point. Like, you know what I mean? He's got to be in the studio.
No, I feel you. I agree, brother. I agree. So also CBS now will host a debate between the two vice presidential nominees, Republican J.D. Vance and Democrat Tim Walz. So we'll see how that goes between them two. But, you know, Trump is doing his usual thing, man. He's criticizing Kamala for not doing an interview since she became the Democratic nominee, and then even called her barely competent and criticized her intelligence, man. I mean, the slander never stops with this man.
It's like, we all know the playbook at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, him saying this maybe 8-9 years ago, we all, you know, the nerve. You know what I mean? But at this point, there's no more surprise to his antics. So, kind of got to expect it. I don't know how you dodge and respond to this in a professional manner, as Kamala and crew are able to kind of weave through, but just to their marketing and media team, man, they gotta play through a whole new set of hurdles.
Absolutely. And sticking with Kamala, man, a bit of history over the last couple of days. The Latin American Citizens, League of United Latin American Citizens, has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, breaking with its past practice of not formally supporting any political candidates. Now, this is historic because this organization, the civil rights group, has been around since 1929, and it was formed to protect the rights of Americans of Mexican descent. These leaders announced the endorsement because they just feel like this administration of Trump's would really impact the Latin community negatively, and that's why they're taking this not usual stance. So very interesting stuff, man.
I'm not mad at that. I'm ever since the old Puerto Rico paper towel, like, you know, foul line situation. Every Latin member should have just written them off. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at this at all. It's right, right up the alley for what should be happening right about now with that.
I skipped one part. They also have a moderator, World News Tonight anchor and managing editor David Moore, and ABC News Live prime anchor Lindsay Davis. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that. I think we all remember the infamous debate of June, where President Biden pretty much showed us, you know, it was time to bow out. So we'll see how this one goes.
Shall see.
All right, we got a new segment for y'all, man. If you're familiar with the new app, that's pretty much, I believe, a collaboration with IG called Threads. What we will now be doing is pretty much pulling the thread, right? We'll be bringing on some interesting posts that we've seen on Threads and have a nice discussion about it, crack some jokes, man. And then, of course, you can hit us in the chat, tell us what you're feeling about it. So let's bring up the first one, brother.
Mr. Frisk Me Good says, I wish buying food built your credit. Stand on that. I might have to go beyond 800. I don't know what's after that. a lot of big backy out of me for my 900 credit score. Would have definitely been piled up. I feel him. What was your thoughts when you first saw this one?
I was like, I would love it. You know what I'm saying? I think that should be a good to go. It's interesting, in the actual thread, pun intended, somebody said, why don't you just buy it with your credit card and then pay it off? That's how you build your credit. And they were like, oh, shit, that makes sense.
Okay. I was looking more for an equity stake, but okay.
Yeah, man, you know, probably get some discounts, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when you do those big compras, that could lead to some great points, man.
I mean, Costco ain't cheap, man. It's 3 to 4 a pop. Every time you walk there, that's why I don't like going to Costco as much no more. But another story for another day.
Yeah, and that always reminds me. I'm always reminded of how often I don't go shopping. Every time I do step out and go shopping with my wife, because I just be picking shit up, and then when they start ringing it up, I'll be like, "Wait the fucking minute!" Like,
how much is that cereal? I'm not even that hungry.
I'm seriously like, can I just put this in a plastic bag? I'm not even gonna eat the whole box, man. I'm like, I'm gonna pick at this at night.
Need a bowl or two max.
Seriously, man. So let us know what you think about that one. Do you wish buying food will help you build your credit. College students will thrive.
Easy. Hey, they've been giving out with the credit history as well. I think it's a plus there. You can't go wrong.
That's it. Absolutely. All right, next one. So this one's good, man. You can't be committed to your dreams and your comfort zone at the same time. I don't know, man. A couple of Henny nights would defeat this because I had some great dreams and I was in my comfort zone. Off that Henny.
well played. Well played. Okay. All right. Yeah, Saturday nights. I think this rules out the window. I don't think it counts. I think this is more of a Monday through Friday.
Absolutely.
6 a.m. to 6 p.m. kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. It's a mentality thing, man. And I get, we're all in different places in our lives. We all have different perspectives. But taking risks, getting out of your comfort zone, leaning into things that you're not normally into doing or comfortable with. I had the pleasure of speaking to a young group of teenage girls at this program called Public Health and Racial Justice Program at my health system. And, you get to tell them about some of the distractions that are around them, right? And this is just my opinion about growing up. Social media wasn't there. So, if you had somebody in school that was like annoying or whatever, at least, hopefully after 3 o'clock, you escaped that and you were home and you were in a safe zone with your family, right? That was my situation, at least. Now it doesn't matter. You got this little phone device with you, man, and anything that wants to criticize your body image, criticize your success levels, criticize how you look. It's a lot of distractions. It's a lot of weight on these kids. So just trying to remind them to, stay as focused as you can and try and focus on, what benefits you and what brings you up positively and energy wise, man. It's tough.
Gotta keep fighting though.
Indeed.
I know we shifting out of the old pulling thread segment where we try to bring those to the weeklies every so often when we see something that kind of grabs our attention. But back to one of our original segments of this can't be real life, man. This honestly, when we first started, I was a little nervous. I was like, things do happen, but are they going to happen enough? And to be quite honest with you, almost too much shit happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? Brother, what has happened this week that can't be real life?
Bruh, we got an Illinois school worker who was really out here flipping birds, man. So Vera Little, a 60-year-old former food service director for Harvey School District 152 in Illinois, was sentenced to 9 years. She was sentenced to 9 years, y'all, in prison for orchestrating a $1.5 million chicken wing theft, y'all. I'm gonna say that one more time for y'all. She was orchestrating a $1.5 million chicken wing theft.
9 years. What kind of chicken they thought she was flipping?
Yo,
I thought she was moving those birds.
She's moving birds, fam. Moving birds, man. For over nearly 2 years, she exploited her position by ordering more than 11,000 cases of chicken wings, which she fraudulently billed to the district, all while students were learning remotely. Talk about benefiting from COVID. This is better than PPP, man.
Yeah,
I got the chicken wing loan.
I got legs, drums, thighs, man. I got my own PPP. That's, hey, she knew her time was coming. How did you set she was 68? Listen, man, it was a last hurrah. She saw an opportunity. She was like, yo, if I had another zero on this case order, I ain't gonna notice anything.
Longer run than Scarface, man. That's 2 years.
How did they figure it out? Who snitched on the birds?
It's what normally happens at these companies, man. They do some sort of audit, they do some sort of inventory at some point, and when the math ain't mathing, you know what I'm saying? The GLs ain't adding up. They're like, wait a minute, man. How much? These kids was remote, man. Why we was ordering so much chicken? Like, what's happening? And yeah, man.
I know there was somebody on the team say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go count the chickens in the freezer." I know at some point during it, like, is it? Are we just like overstocked in the freezer? Somebody had to go 1, 2, 4 cases. This says we got 39 cases on the manifest this week. Like, you know what I mean? Hey man, she was feeding the family. She's probably feeding the homeless. Who knows what she was doing with this chicken, man? But 9 years is way too much, though. I'm sorry. This is a white collar crime, man.
So what happens was, it turns out she was taking the chicken she was ordering and selling it to local restaurants.
That's a business, yeah. Oh man, it's like, you know, when you ever seen a cop stop the people, not the panhandlers, the people that collect the bottles and everything. If they had like a vehicle, if they got a vehicle with them, I found out not so long ago it's illegal to have transportation for this kind of money making to some extent. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was cool that she started charging restaurants probably a premium too. She said, "Yo, man, it's that French chicken, bro." Still frozen.
This ain't stepped on or nothing, baby.
I feel bad for the local restaurants. You know what I mean? They probably, you know what I mean, sliding them, you know what I mean, giving them like extra case here and there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I hate to come to the spot. You know, we get all the buffalo wings. No buffalo wings. Plug got caught up. Yeah.
You know, I ain't even gonna hold you, man. It's so funny. Right after I saw this, chicken spot across the street, man, was having an argument with this lady. I was like. I was like, how far does this operation stretch?
She said, wait, moving chicken over state lines? Oh man, they got you on the Rico.
I was like, it's all making sense. It's all making sense now, babe. This was a conspiracy.
All she needed was Rick Ross on her phone. Like recent calls, that'd have been a wrap. Wingstop going down. Everybody.
I know, right?
Everybody. Could have been terrible.
I did look at Wingstock. I did look at Wingstop's stock this morning too, just to make sure. You know what I mean?
Is it still steady?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Heavy.
Lemon pepper for life.
No. What is it? Korean barbecue for me, big boy. That's another subject.
Hey, man. I catch the Super Bowl Sunday, Pepper.
You got it. Oh man. So keeping it on this subject, man. We know that, of course, with the pandemic, you know, mental health and disconnecting and, you know, having that time of Zen was something very important, right? But now we have a boss out in China, I believe, who actually took this a little further and came up with something called unhappy leave, y'all. Now, in order to help employees, Young Dong Lai, he wanted to help his workers get a better work-life balance. And he's a Chinese retail businessman who introduced what he calls an unhappy leave. Now, what this does is employees would now be eligible to apply for an additional 10 days of this leave at their convenience, depending on, you know, whatever circumstances that he set up. Unhappy leave.
You want to just give us 10 extra PTO days? That's cool. But I don't need the packaging, bro. Call it what you want. Because I'm gonna be in that month like, yo, can I add my 3 vacation days with my 4 unhappy days? Because I'm out of town. So yeah. You know what I mean? You can repackage it to whatever you want them to be, but they call it 10 extra PTO days. But you think this helps with like the stigma of the office, like versus like, oh, such and such called out. Was it personal or was it an unhappy leave day? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like is this the new version of sick now? Just unhappy.
You know what I mean? Yo, like when I first saw it, I was like, this is exactly made for this segment, right? This can't be real life. To your point, you could have called this a PTO, extra PTO days, man. Like now there's so many questions now when you come back. Like, oh, so now I know you're unhappy. What's that about?
Mm-hmm. Like, now, mad questions getting asked. It's like, are you mad? Are you mad we messed up the lunch order yesterday? I know you don't like pepperoni, but they put pepperoni. It was that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Did that trigger you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, God. Now you gotta go see the therapist and shit on your day after. I'm pretty sure there's some stipulations in there. You gotta go see HR your first day back and shit.
Gotta be.
Little counseling. No, that's, oh, man. I wouldn't even want to be claimed no unhappy leave days on my record. I cash out end of the year.
Yeah, they're definitely tracking something with that unhappy leave. That's for sure, man. That's for sure.
Well, a little bit more can't be real life. Sticking with the unhappy leave theme. I got a question for you, man. Listen. Been in relationships for some time, man. Life goes on. Things happen, man. Parents, parent, co-workers, co-worker. Man, you try to be the best friend you can, everybody can, when you can, you know. But sometimes there might be small disconnects between you and your partner where you guys just don't meet on that us time level. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, I don't know what happened, but, you know, it happens. It's life, you know what I mean? But do you or your partner accidentally become snippy and or rude unknowingly? When this happens, if a few days happens to go by, and then like, and if this does happen, who notices first?
I'll give my wife the credit. She's not snippy. She will probably give me looks, and you know, be not too happy. But I'm the one who usually has an issue when we don't get us time. And she'll know because my answers will be real short, probably like 1 or 2 words. I'm angry, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why's the bread next to the bananas? You know what I mean? Like,
who did this?
You know, I'm just arguing about little stupid nonsense. But it's funny because, you know, all these years we've been together, she really doesn't get the hit half the time. She's just like, fine, you got an attitude. Okay. It's like, yeah, woman.
She just coming in moving the bread away from the bananas, like, all right. Crazy man's in the house, like, you know what I mean? Back to her day, like, yeah, that's funny.
100%, man, 100%.
On my side, I've been called out. I've been called out this week for my unknowingly version of being like rude, being an asshole, so to speak. And hey, I don't know. I'm just thinking something's outside of sorts. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you yelled at him for no reason. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, hold on. She's like, anytime you start talking like DMX, we got to go talk. Like, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? And I don't notice it in time. It's always too late. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I am the aggressor when it comes to that, unfortunately. But when it is ever flipped, though, if it's brought up my way, like, I'm very quick to have an excuse. So, as far as, oh, you know what I mean? We're not da-da-da-da-da. It's like, well, all right, Miss Jezebel coming home. You know what I mean? I'm pulling shit. I'm pulling shit off the woodworks to defend myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit that got no sense or nothing. Like, nobody told you to make dinner that good last night, right? Like, it's like, nigga, that's not even bad. Like, I'll be pulling on shoestrings, pulling on threads, as you know what I mean? But yeah, I gotta be better, man. Gotta be better.
Yeah, I'll be bringing up shit from like 2015, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I mean? Like, your sister can't make cheese. Like, the stupid shit like that, man. Like,
that was one time.
Yeah, man. But yeah, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? It comes with the love, lady. It comes with the love, ladies. Like, you know, it like, so I have little hints that I give to her, but it's so funny. We've been together so long that if she's relaxed, it almost pisses her off. And I just be there like, really? Like, I thought you loved me.
I gotta prove my love every night.
every night, bro.
There you go, man.
Every night. Oh, man. That was good. I like that one. Listen, ladies, we're accountable up here, all right? We've been with our spouses for a very long time. There's nothing to hide here. There's nothing to lie about. We know our truth, man, and we ain't gonna pull on no false threads up here. That's one thing for sure. All right, man. Listen, bro. I'm so sad that the Olympics are over, bro. I am so fucking sad, man.
It was 3 weeks. What happened?
It was the best 3 weeks of my life, bro. It was the best 3 weeks of my life, man. So this next one is a good blend from getting out of This Can't Be Real Life into FCP Sports Corner, y'all. Did you know breakdance was an Olympic sport, bro?
I came across that by accident. I think it was like 6:30, maybe a week ago. 6:30 in the morning. I was like, why are there judges? I'm like, wait, this isn't BET. What channel is this? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, it threw me totally off. Like, I still need to know how to do the scorecards. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Is it outfit? Like, what are they judging? You know what I mean? Like, but I did not know.
Bro, I thought it was an ad. Like, I thought, you know, like sometimes they do like little promotional ads to talk about Olympics. And then it was so funny, like people like putting little posts on social media saying, you know, what would you be good at as far as an Olympic sport? Like something that you do that, like, yeah, like getting off the couch, man, I would kill that. You know what I mean? So I thought it was an ad. I thought somebody was just having fun. But then to your point, yeah, I was like, oh shit, like people are really watching this, cheering them on, watching them, and they were really scoring them. So according to Bleacher Report, unfortunately, it will not be included in the 2028 LA Olympic Games. But there is the slight chance that it may make a return in the 2032 Olympic Games in Australia. So we shall see.
Listen. Australia had their shot. Listen, they brought the breakdancing up for the first time this year. It was the inaugural year. Vince Snoop came through with the flag. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we're here to do it. You know what I mean? Put it on for the culture.
Yep.
This Miss Rachel Gunn, Miss 36-year-old from Australia, with the top breakdancer in all of Oceania, earned the whole 0 in her scorecard. Like, you know how bad it got to be. Like, the fact that you did a dance and they gave you a 0, this ain't like dealing with the stars and no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There's breakdancing. All you can do is earn points here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and outside of breaking a leg, I look like she really broke her leg. She did this squirmy thing, this rapid thing. I'm like, yo, in all my days, I've never seen none of these moves. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but she may have single-handedly killed the genre for the big stage, man. I don't. If they want to do it again, LA is the place to do it. Homegrown, keep this on the U.S. soil as much as they could. You know, hey,
keep it on the U.S. soil.
bring China, bring Canada, bring everybody that knows us a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But Australia should be nowhere next to the semifinals, man.
Oh man,
crazy, man.
So here's the interesting thing though. For 2028, they will be introducing some new sports to the actual Olympic Games: flag football, baseball, softball, cricket, lacrosse, and squash.
Like 4 of those, you said I got to look up the rules for them again just to refresh myself on them. But okay, hey, make it 4 weeks. I'm down. Whatever.
Make it 4 weeks.
It's in LA. 4 years. You want to roll? You want to get 7 good days out there last week, maybe?
I think so, man. I got PTO, or I can use my unhappy leave.
Using unhappy leave to go on a happy vacation is nuts.
That's a fact.
Shit. But yeah, it's good to see new sports being entered into. I guess the Olympics. I came across a brand new sport I've never seen in my life today. That's been active since 1999. I got to do some more research on the rules. But it consists of a football. It consists of a lot of men with a lot of time on their hands. But they're standing in front of a house. It's a sloped roof, about a 7-pitch, maybe 8-pitch. I'm a little above 45-degree angle. They're throwing a football on top of the roof, and they're counting the type of bounces it takes on its way down. Whether you catch it determines if you get that extra, like an extra point to the amount of bounces that it came coming off the roof. Bro, I saw the championship today. The fact that there was a championship, that it was raining, and dude, they did the post game with homie. He's like, oh, how do you feel? He's like, oh man, it's tough coming out here leaving the wife and kids, but it's really good coming home with a championship, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, if I was your kids and you missing like recitals and shit for some roof throwing competition shit, yeah, I'd have been sick.
He said that last bounce almost killed me, man, but I toughed it out.
Wow. Hey, it's new sports every time. And the fact that it's been going since '99, and you see like all the champions since then, like a couple 3-time back-to-backers out there. I'm like, yo, This is crazy. This is nuts.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that. So USA did a lot, man. They did a lot of winning. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the viral footage of LeBron James being criticized for a questionable interaction with a young fan. There's footage of him coming out of a vehicle, and he's being approached and pretty much like bum rushed by this young fan with a phone wanting to take a picture, and you hear LeBron telling him, stop, don't do that. Now, there's a lot of thoughts running around online, man, but I want to know how you feel, and anybody who's listening right now, if you saw the footage, let us know if you saw it, how you feeling about it.
I'm LeBron James, bro. I just got the gold. I just became the MVP. Did you see me with the coat and the flag on the boat? Listen, I don't want you in my space right now, bro. I entertained fans for the last 26 days straight. You know what I'm saying? Big stages, little stages, medium stages, back calls. Like, I took as many photos and signed as many autographs. I kissed a ton of babies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to get from the car to the club with my lady.
Yeah.
I need you to back up 3 to 4 feet at a minimum. Take all the pictures you want, but you are in my personal space, man. I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun before I got to go back home. Yeah. Like, I don't know where security was. The security should have stepped in. Don't let LeBron do none of his own dirty work. You know what I mean? But fans, I get it. Like, especially the first time seeing somebody, you're starstruck in the moment. But you got to remember these people are humans too. You know what I'm saying? Yep. They're extraordinary humans to you because you see them on TV every day. They make a ton of money doing this thing that they love to do. But you gotta have a little bit of coof. Just a little bit. I mean, you got to read the room, even if you're on a busy street. You got to read the room, man. What was your thoughts when you first saw it? Well deserved, or a little too aggressive?
I understood it. I always try to remember that these little clips are just small context. They don't really capture everything. I know that there was an incident where Aisha Curry and somebody, I believe, getting close and damn near, assaulting their newborn baby. We don't know what these athletes encounter when these fans run up to them. Not all of it is love. It could be disrespect. To your point, where the hell was security? I think he came out after the fact, after LeBron already checked the kid. God forbid if it had been anything else. The damage is already done, bro. Like, you supposed to get out the car first. I'll never forget. It was one of those documentaries before Floyd's fight, and he was about to walk out the store, and the security was just standing there. He's like, "Bro, you walk first, then I walk behind you." Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? But listen, to your point also, right? These people are humans. Doesn't matter how astronomical their performance is at whatever they do. And personal space is personal space. If you enter my personal space and I've told you once to stop and you continue to approach, by the second, third stop, it can get even worse. You know what I mean? And if you watch the video progressively, that's exactly what happens. The kid does not stop approaching him. It's just like, can I get the picture? Can I get the picture? And all up in his face. LeBron doesn't know what the kid's about, what he's trying to do. So at that point, he's just like, to your point, I just want to get in here and enjoy this win with my peoples, with my family. I'm with LeBron, man.
Highlight was saying, yo, it's LeBron, man. His record's been clean. Like, I ain't never seen him say no to no fans before. It had to be a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So aside from that drama, Team USA men's and women's basketball brought home the gold, man. Let's start with the men, of course, because I believe they won on Saturday and the ladies won on Sunday. First of all, they had to escape Serbia.
Right. Not that much. Thank God for that.
Yo, if there was ever a time for Steph to wake up, man, these last 2 games were the best time. And that's why he is who he is, man. He's clutch. He's always ready for the moment. I did not expect France to upset Germany. But you know what I mean? When Wembanyama stepped up to the moment, the coach made a great decision in benching Rudy Gobert and replacing him with another dude. And they really pushed the U.S. all the way to the brink until Chef Curry started cooking up like he does, man. And shout out to KD getting his 4th Olympic gold, most in U.S. men's basketball history, man. Crazy.
Before we move over to the women's side of things, how did you feel about LeBron getting the MVP for the Olympics?
Definitely. They don't make it. Yeah, they don't survive the qualifying rounds without Braun. True. You know what I mean? Like just from that, like they started out the first 2 games, I think, real shaky. And he's always the guy that keeps them grounded, keeps them level. But you saw a little bit of Steve Kerr's questionable coaching. Like I think there was a couple times where he could have made some different moves and really never got in that position with Serbia. But all in all, they still won.
Yeah. On a side note, Steve Kerr Steve Kerr may be the most fortunate / luckiest NBA staff member ever to walk the planet Earth. Ever. Like just his path from that foul shot from Jordan on was nuts. You know what I mean? But another story, another day. Understand it. What I did hope, hopefully they do in the future with the when there are this many like playoff games and semifinals and I guess the very beginning games where they start the playoff seeding. I think they should separate the MVP like versus the finals MVP, so it's an NBA. Now we have like a season kind of MVP guy, which will be LeBron. But I think for the finals, like gold game, like the medal game, so to speak, the ones that get there, the semifinal, final, I thought I would have gave it to Steph though, because he was just that whole night thing. I was like, yeah, go to sleep. You know what I mean? I was home. I was like, yeah, it was really cool to watch him do what he does.
Very true, man. Very true. And then of course over on the ladies' side, man, France once again. It was looking like they was gonna pull it off, man, and literally a foot away, man. I think KD felt Gabby Williams' pain. I saw that shot go up, and I saw it go in. I was like, "Wait a minute! Like, did they just go into OT?" But yeah, man, she was a step too much in on the line. 2 points, man. But Asia Wilson, I give it to her because she could have gave up after the first half. She was missing a bunch of uncharacteristic shots, but she kept rebounding. She kept hustling. She stayed in the game mentally. 21 points and 12 boards to finish the game. A1.
And that women's pressure it's different. They had because if I'm not mistaken, they've never lost a game. Like no exhibition, no playoffs, nothing ever since the creation of the sport on the Olympic platform. They've just been perfect. You know what I'm saying? So the pressure of that is oh man, overbearing. Shouts to them. I don't know how they did it. Shouts to them.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Kalia Copper too, man, and Kelsey Plum. They came off the bench and gave them all the energy that they needed. Because if they didn't give them that energy, who knows what we're talking about right now. But shout out to Gabby Williams over in France. It's interesting. There was a little back and forth between her and Angel Reese. And it seems like Gabby Williams at one point played for the Chicago Sky, but I guess they didn't end things on a good note. So Angel Reese was like, so you're going to come back? We're going to do this thing. And Gabby was like, nah, they did me dirty. We could go to another team in the league and make it pop, though. Yeah, Let me know.
Yeah. Hey, man, Golden State's doing a new, you know what I mean? They got a new team coming up this season, you know what I mean?
This is true. This is true.
But I think, although Gabby, I think, she left Chicago for whatever reason. I think it was most of the money. She was just able to make more money in other places. So she got a family to feed like everybody else.
Yeah, that sounds very WNBA-esque.
On brand, unfortunately.
Big facts. But listen, Nike has been in their bag with these commercials. I mean, right after the Celtics championship, they dropped that ill commercial with Jason Tatum. And right after the women won their championship, I stepped out the room to get something to drink, Kenny. But I'm listening, and I know I'm like, that's Diana Taurasi. That voice sounds familiar. And when she starts talking about, teams come from all the way around the world just to compete for second place, I was in there like, ooh,
Oh, that's cold. That's cold. That's cold.
I was like, how you drop that right after the gold medal game? That's oh man.
Did you see the men's one after they won the night before?
Yeah,
That was super dope. That was super dope. I was like, oh, Nike. Oh, they did what they do. That was dope.
Oh,
it was like
God.
everybody. It was LeBron doing that one. He says everybody loves an underdog story, but it's good to see the underdog beat the odds. But we're the odds, so
that's right.
I was like, oh, that boy Cole, right up the MVP. That was super dope to see.
Yeah, man.
I got a question for you, bro. Listen, you seen the gold medal game. Seen Chef Curry down the stretch, pull it out, pause, get the win again as he does. You know what I'm saying? You seen Kelsey Plum on the foul line, smiling down, no care in the world,
diabolical,
just sinister, right? You know what I mean? I gotta ask you, what scenario do you trust more? 0.2 left on the game clock to ice the game for your team. Would you rather be down 1 with Kelsey Plum on the foul line with 2 shots to go? Or down 2 with Curry at the 3-point line getting the inbound pass?
I gotta go Curry, man. There's something about the way that this man approaches the game of basketball, and he's just built for the moment. Like, you look at that play, and Nicholas Batum does everything right. It's just Steph Curry's better. And then the off balance, he just knows where the rim is at all times.
Yeah.
And he knows his game. It doesn't matter what you do. He just needs his little bit of space, and he's gonna get his shot off. I'm taking that shot. Make a miss. I'm taking that shot because I know if it goes in, which is a high probability, this whole place is gonna erupt.
Okay. I'm gonna play a little conservative. You know, I'm gonna go with diabolical Kelsey at the line, hitting these 2 ices for us. You know what I'm saying? And just playing 0.2 times of defense. You know what I'm saying? I can deal with that.
I respect that. All right. So over to the sprinters, man. Last week, of course, we told you Noah Lyles got the gold in the 100-meter sprint. Things ain't go too good in the 200-meter. I think in his heat, he came in second. And then in the actual final, he ended up getting the bronze. And after getting the bronze, he ended up getting diagnosed with COVID and being, I guess, removed from any other forms of competition, bro. How you feeling about this?
He was trying to put COVID and asthma on the bill. I was like, bro, he did not get asthma right before the race. That boy was born with that. You know what I mean? Like, we are where we are. You know what I'm saying? But the COVID thing, I'm like, you know what? You just got gold. You're the fastest man in the world for the next 4 years as far as 100 meters concerned by a chest stand. But hey, you are the fastest. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. 200 meter, we thought was more your bag. But hey, you had COVID. We'll let it slide. Here's my question to you. I wasn't a fan of that. I wouldn't have announced it. He should have just took that. He should have just took his mask to the plane and went home. But if you did come in third, this is your race that you're known for. And you know, self-diagnosed, or someone tested you. I don't know who in the back said, tested for COVID. Like, I don't know who said that or who asked to do that at the end of the race, but you know, they did it, right? Would you go to the club that night or that weekend off the COVID positive?
Yeah. This ain't 2020. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, you know, we got vaccines now, but all jokes aside, I mean, the man still won the bronze. So with asthma, with the COVID diagnosis, that ain't easy, man. That is not easy. So am I still celebrating? Absolutely.
No mask?
Huh?
No mask in the club?
He said,
fuck y'all. Fuck y'all, nigga. I'm bronzed up, baby. Y'all better get your vaccines. Y'all better get your vaccines.
Everybody was right. Now here's the kicker, right? We don't know if they knew right away that he had that joint. Like, I don't know the time difference. Is Paris like the same? I don't know. I've never been there.
No, I think a few hours ahead of us. I want to say 7 to 8, but that's a guess.
All right. So depending on whenever this party was, by the time the world found out, he probably done got everybody sick, you know. But at that point, you know, it is what it is. So So keeping things rolling, man. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, she won the gold in the women's hurdle, and this lady is such a phenomenal athlete. It doesn't stop here, y'all. I don't know if y'all saw the 4x4 relay. Both the men's and the women's brought home the gold. Now the men's did a good job, right? You know what I'm saying? They hung in there, you know, against I believe it was Botswana. I think that was really close to them. I know they got this athlete named Tobogo who's really good, and him and Rai Benjamin pretty much were like the anchors at the end, pretty much neck and neck. But for the women, y'all, and I actually posted this on my social media, right? They started out with I believe her last name is Little to start on the first leg. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone had the second leg. And when I tell y'all, she
out this world.
She booked it, fam. Like she handed her that baton. There was nobody catching Sydney. So I put on my social media, when your ex texts you that they want you back, right when she got the fucking baton, and this girl created such a lead that everybody was just like, all right, so we pretty much just racing for second at this point.
Yeah.
She
pretty much. She was like she was the only one running on all Madden mode. Everybody else was like, "Yo, how do you use this joystick?" Like, you know, it was just she was like, "Yeah, I catch up with Chad for I gotta go."
Yeah, and I felt bad. Jamaica just said, "Fuck it." Like she saw, you know, they saw her up there. They said, "Ross Clyde."
word, new world records and shit, bro. It was nuts. It was nuts. Bro.
They saw her up there. They said, "Shit, what they do?" I ain't fucking with that shit. But yo, man, it was a hell of a race, man. Shout out to the ladies and the men's for bringing home the 4x4 relay gold. Here's an interesting stat that came out of the Olympics. Team USA women accounted for 65% of the gold medals, 126 medals altogether, 40 gold, 44 silver, and 42 bronze. Shout out to our own New York Liberties, Sabrina Ionescu and Brianna Stewart for being on the team. Amazing, ladies. I mean, hats off. Yes. Bring it back. Let's see if Liberty can actually bring some gold home, man. It was about time.
That's it. Yeah, those gymnastics and swimming competitions, the women really, man, put their foot in that. You know, I mean, we appreciate that. Thank you. We needed you. We needed you because I believe we tied with the goal with China. What's Japan? But yeah, we need every one of those golds.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and hearts go out to Jordan. I think I'm not gonna butcher her last name, but I believe there was an appeals where they took away her floor exercise bronze for the gymnastics. Man, I can only imagine how heartbreaking that is to lose your stuff.
There was a couple of threads going around on social media that were kind of highlighting some of the prettiest women at the Olympic Games this past couple weeks. Did you get a chance to see that?
Nah,
man. Me neither. Shouts out to Ireland though. But yeah, man, a lot of sports this past week. But yeah, unfortunately it comes to an end, man. Yeah, and you're right. You know what? It's funny. I did wake up the other day, just kind of went to the channel, like, oh yeah.
You feel me? Like,
there's nothing going this early,
bro. It was like 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, all right, Giannis, let's go, Giannis. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus, I was so mad, bro. But yeah, I realized I really like volleyball. I played volleyball when I was in high school, but the Olympics brought back my passion for the sport of volleyball. I have a new respect for volleyball.
Nice. Yeah, I see some new moves this year too that I've never seen before. Somebody went up with the extra, like they're gonna do something crazy, and they offhand, I was like, "Ooh, that was sweet."
Yeah, man, that was slick. That was really slick. All right, man. Preseason for the NFL has kicked off, man. Shout out to all our FCP fans that are football fans. We are almost there, y'all. We are a month away, probably less than that. from kickoff of the new NFL season. But there's some new kickoff rules, brother, and I was a little taken off guard, but it seems like now this year, for a standard kickoff, the ball is kicked from the 35-yard line, with the 10 kick coverage players lined up at the opposing 40. The return team will have at least 9 blockers lined up in the setup zone, they're calling it, between the 30 and 35-yard line, cutting down on high-speed collisions. Only the kicker and 2 returners are allowed to move until the ball either hits the ground or is touched by a returner inside the 20. As a former football player, brother, how are you feeling about this?
With safety, you know what I mean? This may be a little bit of backlash from the Damar Hamlin play. It kind of just was a bang-bang situation. So they're trying to find a way to kind of correct that, or right there wrong, so to speak, if they have the ability to do so. So, but shortening up their giddy-up speeds before they get to the runner, it does help in that extent, but like everything else, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. It's just going to look super weird in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Because it's part of the whole start of the Super Bowl. Like, you see all the flashing lights, the whole team running down at the same time. It's very, like, cinematic. You know what I mean? Now when it happens, there's going to be all these flashing. It's just going to be a ball in the air and nobody moving on the field.
Yeah.
And if they do a fair catch, it's going to be like, all right, 15 full minutes from the 25. Like, it's going to be, I don't know. Like, I get it for safety, but as a fan, I'm a little upset to see that go away.
Yeah, man. Now the muffed kickoffs won't really mean much anymore. Yeah, man. I mean, I know the 49ers wish they could have had this back when Eli was playing, right?
I mean.
Oh, man. This definitely changes the game significantly. I think you mentioned perfectly earlier, right? Those special teams players who really make their names on those plays, they are now taking out of the game. So yeah, if you're not returning it, you ain't shit, I guess.
Like a lot of teams put their 4-5, 4-4, 4-3 guys on the edges to make the difference. You know what I'm saying? To cut a little bit of time off. It's not the same. Like, I can't even get into my 4-speed. You know what I'm saying? Before they're getting a hand on me. So I don't know.
So do you think now that to that exact point that you made, right? Do you think now that this impacts how certain guys make the team when it comes to special teams?
Yeah, speed. Not that speed's not a factor, but it might be a back burner item as far as kickoff teams. Just got to learn how. You just got to be your top tacklers and your top blockers on your team in order to be on special teams now, it seems. So yeah, speed. It's kind of taking a back seat on this one, unless you're the returner. The returner is always going to be the guy, but on the defensive side, the kickoff side, it's not the same.
Right. Absolutely. All right. So we'll see how it looks during the regular season. And then, man, just going over real quick to TV show, movie, and music recommendations. Right now, we just have music. The Lox did the Tiny Desk performance, man. This one right here, brother, nostalgic. I got chills. These brothers right here, man, they are the essence of hip hop, man. Did you get a chance to check it out?
I did, man. They brought DJ Tech out, man. It was super dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I gotta go on the record, man. Jada, I know he gets his flowers, but he needs more. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's
daily.
Like, he's just really good at being a rapper's rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, on all assets, whether it be the dope chain, or the dope 16, the visual, the crew, like everything. He's a goal. Like, he's the LeBron of rapping, so to speak, as far as something that the kids are striving to be. Everybody wants to get to that plateau of Jada. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shouts to the Lox, man. They keep doing it. They do it as a group. They do it independently. Come back as a group when they want to. Nothing but high praise for those three guys, man. Shouts to them.
Yeah, that's rare air when you talk about not just hip hop, but I think just like as individuals. These three have been their unique selves since the first time we heard them on Wax. And to see them still thriving, not missing a beat, healthy. I mean, for us black people, man, that's to have those three combinations right there. That's to your point, man. You're winning at life. You're winning at life for real.
Listen, I'm gonna go on record and say this, man. I said it a while ago. Jada might be the only person that could really go toe to toe in the verses with Jay-Z. Hey, listen, I know Jay-Z is the best. He has 1,000 hits, but you only can bring 20 to the verses table, and Jada got 25 bands that we know about. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he got to find his top 20 against Jada's top 20. That's a steep hill. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Jay might get the win at the end, but he might be the only one that's really toe for toe with that man.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Definitely, man. Just some reminders. We got episode 85 verified sides out right now. And then we also have a bonus for y'all, episode 86, new levels. Make sure y'all go check it out. Make sure y'all go subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're on IG, just go into our bio, click on the link in there. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, share.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the show where you are now released back into your regularly scheduled programming. Corporate life, parental life, entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you do, we salute you. I'm Senor Lee. And see you next pay week where we lock back in. Get free state of mind.